Justice Hall, I'm proud of you. All 64 teeth light up. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. All protocols observed. Welcome to the 12th Bullanoos brunch in our house, Jamaican Canadian Association. This lovely Sunday afternoon. It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you the Honorable Arnaldo Brown. The Honorable Arnaldo Brown, Member of Parliament for East Central St. Catherine, was appointed Minister of State in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade on Friday, January the 6th, 2012. Minister Brown, an attorney at law by profession, is responsible for the diaspora and foreign trade portfolios in the ministry. His objective for the diaspora portfolio is to deepen the engagement between Jamaicans at home and abroad in the country's journey towards development. For the trade portfolio, the Minister has identified the trade in services and its growth facilitation and measurement as a priority. I love this Minister. This is one of several occasions that I have met with him since December 29th, 2011, including 2 days around a meeting table in Jamaica recently, and I have found no fault with him. And as you know, I can be critical. He's respectful and gracious, and he represents us really well. And the best thing about his representation is that he's young. So we have another 20, 30 years of his representation. With an academic background in political sciences and international relations, having completed his postgraduate degree in that field in 2009, and having tutored in the Department of Government at the University of the West Indies, Mona, for 2 years, the Minister also brings to his portfolio a wealth of experience in public service. The Minister was Senior Consultant to Dr. the Honorable Peter Phillips, Minister of National Security in the Ministry of National Security, 2006 to 2007. During that time, he was head of delegations to the United Nations International Conference on Transnational Organized Crime, Dominican Republic, 2007. A former head boy at Glenmuir High School and the University of the West Indies Guild Vice President, the Honorable State Minister has chosen representative politics as his vehicle for public service, having been a beneficiary of the education policies of Jamaica. His participation in the Register, Assess and Place, which acronyms RAP program, in collaboration with Heart Trust NTA, having himself identified and registered over 400 participants, is but one example of his desire to give back to Jamaica. Politically, Minister Brown is the chairman of East Central St. Catherine, member of the National Executive Council, vice chairman of Regional 4 of the People's National Party, as well as legal advisor to the region. Raised in Hampton Court, St. Thomas, Jamaica, Minister Brown is an avid football fan and is married to Sharon. The couple has 2 children, a son, Jaden, and a daughter, Annalise. Please rise and give a warm Caribbean, Jamaican,
Sheila Seeley Monteith, High Commissioner of Jamaica to Canada, Honorable Judy Sugro, Member of Parliament, York West, Honorable Margaret Best, Minister of Consumer Services, Miss Nadine Mendez, Consul of Jamaica to Toronto, Chief Eric Joliffe, York Regional Police, Deputy Chief Peter Slowly, Toronto Police Service, Honorable Justice Ashton Joseph Hall and his wife Linda Hall, who are the guests of honor, Mr. Miss Audrey Campbell, President of the JCA, Mrs. Valerie Steele, Mr. Philip Maskell. Both persons are members of the Diaspora Advisory Board that advises me in the capacity of Minister of State. And they are responsible for whatever happens after I'm through here. JCA founding members, JCA foundation members, JCA past presidents, community leaders, distinguished guests, and I also want to make special mention of Mr. Leo Campbell, who is the president of Future Leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good afternoon to you all. Although I hail from Jamaica, I must admit that Bonononos is not one of my favorite words because it tends to get your tongue tied, twisted. But between the High Commissioner and Mrs. Steele, I think I've been set up royally. In Jamaica would say that what they have said would make your head swell like a big Mandora coconut, and therefore put you in a very invidious position. But I'm at home with my fellow Jamaicans, and therefore I feel at ease. Now, let me put this into context for you. It is 47 days since the 29th of December 2011. And if you do the maths, it is 41 days from the 6th of January 2012. And I'm here standing on this platform with you. I believe it demonstrates the importance that this administration places on the relationship between Jamaicans at home and Jamaicans abroad. It is very fitting that I'm here this afternoon because we have a triple treat. We're actually celebrating a triple jubilee. We're celebrating 50 years of political independence. We're celebrating 50 years of the Jamaica-Canada Association. And we're celebrating 50 years of diplomatic relationship between Canada and Jamaica. And I do not believe that it is coincidental that on the 2nd of August 1962, Jamaica entered into diplomatic relations with Canada, and we became independent on the 6th of December 1962. August. Well, you're listening. That's good. So, it therefore means that there is a natural bond between Jamaica and Canada. And I've spent a few days here. I came up on Thursday and I depart for Kingston tomorrow. but it has been a very productive, brief meeting. And unfortunately, I couldn't bring the warmth. I think I brought the snow instead. But the good thing is that the warmth of Jamaica is in this room. And I had to ask the High Commissioner just now before I came up here if Kingston is aware of this august body that is assembled here. Because I must confess that this is my first tour outside of Jamaica to Toronto and to Canada. And therefore I am having a first-hand view of the strength of the Jamaica community in Canada. And I believe it is something that we have to celebrate, something that we have to recognize and pay serious homage to. We don't believe that when Jamaicans leave the shores of Jamaica, that they throw stones behind them and say happy riddance. In fact, I'm aware, and acutely so, that many Jamaicans leave Jamaica reluctantly. They would rather remain there. And many persons who are here toil very hard in some challenging circumstances, in deep snow and sub-zero temperatures, with the hope and ice, with the hope that one day they will return to the rock that is called Jamaica. And I want to make it very clear that we welcome you when you return with open arms. And one of the issues that I will be seeking to address is to be able to engage the community here, and not only in Canada, not only in Toronto, but in the other provinces where Jamaicans are assembled, in the other countries where Jamaicans are assembled, in a very real and meaningful way to them, to communicate to them that we really cherish and value you wherever you have set up your shop. But we also want to say to our Jamaicans where they are located that whilst you are planning on returning to Jamaica at some point, there is no doubt that you're going to have a sojourn in the countries that you are. And we would encourage you to ensure that you have the full protection of citizenship wherever you are. And I just want to hasten to indicate that acquiring Canadian citizenship, acquiring US citizenship or UK citizenship doesn't diminish the Jamaican in you. It does not diminish your Jamaican nationality. And if anything, it enhances the identity that is uniquely Jamaican. And I saw it here, I see it here, I hear it in the music, I hear it in the marvelous work of the compere, and even the poem that was said before I came up here. If I may be bold, I would just want to say that you should include a line about Marcus Mosiah Garvey.
Absolutely.
Because it is Marcus Mosiah Garvey that influenced Martin Luther and the civil rights movement in the United States of America. So that Jamaicans everywhere make an impact on the world. And I must tell you, over the few days that I've been here, I've been able to meet some of the shining stars in this neck of the woods. And I talk about our Honorary Justice Aston Hall. But I also talk about Margaret Best, Cabinet Minister. And I talk about the Deputy Chief of Police, Mr. Slowly. And I have had the opportunity to read their CVs. And I must tell